We are back. It is taken, I don't know how many weeks of football. I think we started, April, September, and we're
Long
here.
time.
It's January 20th. Tonight we will have a new champion crowned in the college football world. We either Ohio State or the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. It's been a fun season one of this show. It was kind of thrown together at the last second. It's been fun. We didn't have as many guests as we wanted, but maybe next year, if we get to next year doing this show, we don't know yet. In the air, we're gonna say we're gonna do it, and then there you go. But anyway, here we go. I don't really know. Usually, I have multiple games to transition to, but we just have one national championship game today. Because yeah. All right, so nobody else is gonna talk. Jeez Louise, this is
No,
dumpster fire.
Know what to say. Didn't know you wanted to talk.
Anyway,
Is this like a sentimental time where I'm so thankful for this show? It's really brought me together with these guys. I've really enjoyed my first year here.
I mean, you could honestly, but a little too late for that. Let's just jump to the picks. I think I'm picking first because they call me the pick merchant. Say what you want. I don't care.
bro, just taking change away from other people, taking other people's candy, as they say. Just oh, this is who you pick. Oh, I'm gonna pick them so I don't lose percentages and all that. You know, there was strategy behind him picking last, and if he wins, it's a fraudulent win. I would like to throw that in there.
I would agree.
There is a level of cheating behind this, and I would like to throw that in.
Rules will be changed next year.
Yes. We do need to develop a.
We'll rotate it next year.
Yes,
year.
says
I do
you.
not have to go first.
No.
What are the odds you remember this?
Well, no, don't
Depends on
worry.
if he wins or not.
I
that's
will.
what
I
depends
will
on.
remember.
I will be at Tusculum next year with Jube.
Let's go.
I don't like the big splat sports in the corner. Sorry there. Anyway.
He's figured out how to edit. We're on episode 37. Let's go.
Oh, yes, we're here. Trust me. Splat Sports Podcast looking better and better week by week. I'll go first. The money line, I believe, is Ohio State 9.5 or
That's
9
spread.
spread, maybe 9. I don't know. I'm trying to watch ESPN and see if it showed it. It didn't show it, but
Oh, now we're pick merchanting off of ESPN.
all right. No, I'm actually watching.
ridiculous.
I'm actually watching Kane Brown do something.
Okay,
So,
pick from us. He's picking off ESPN, dude.
taking off a Kane Brown.
I'm more of a Fox News guy myself, Hunter. Don't feel bad.
I don't know. At least it's not like C-SPAN today having callers calling about Alabama. So,
Why are you watching that?
have you not seen the Twitter clip? I don't watch C-SPAN. I'm not 79 years old in my
Why you made it
He
sound
my
also
chair by a
read
fire.
Newspaper.
Yes. No.
like live.
Anyway, let's go ahead and make the picks. I'm going first, like I said. So, God, I hate having to do transitions into myself. Ohio State, I feel as if has been a dominant team throughout this entire year. Only 2 losses to Oregon, which they got their redemption on in the second round.
Let's not mention the other loss.
Notice, James, I was getting there. The University of Michigan, hail to the victors.
Hey.
This might be the worst episode, but we're gonna
No,
roll with it.
it's
Because you
not.
had to pick
No,
first.
well, actually, no. There was a worse one, but
No.
there was a
think
couple bad ones.
I
That was
think
the
it-
best one.
I think that was the best episode. Hunter just hates it.
No,
First-
I was thinking about another one, specifically me and the camper and James threatening the lives of many students at different schools.
That was hilarious.
That one was probably
A student
40
may
minute-
die.
rough
Hello,
40
your
minute
students.
recording.
May kill an Ole Miss student.
Anyway, as I was saying, I think Ohio State has been dominant throughout the year. Defense showed up last week, specifically Jack Sawyer with the strip fumble, return for the touchdown. Notre Dame, on the other hand, really interesting. I think before every one of these playoff games, I don't know if it was On3 or if it was Rivals, but they would post how many 5 stars, how many 4 stars each team had. Notre Dame has 0. Ohio State, I believe, has like 14 in that range. They have a lot of talent. So talent level, I would give it to Ohio State. We've been saying that throughout the entire time in this playoffs and throughout the entire year that Ohio State's the most talented team in the country. I think Notre Dame is going to give them their best shot. It's the national championship. Why not? You got to kind of show up on your A game. Me and Jairus were talking before this, and he said, I don't think this is going to be that good of a football game, and I'm sure he'll get into his thoughts. But I think that this game is going to be great. I'm excited for it. I've already got all the graphics for both sides, whoever wins the championship. But my pick, the 2024 national champions, is going to be the Ohio State Buckeyes. I think that they are going to get the win.
My boy.
I think the Buckeyes get their first national championship win since 2014. And there you go.
I guess I'll go.
I would you.
First thing I think what we have to do is give Marcus Freeman his flowers. Like Hunter said, no 5 stars. I think it's pretty impressive for him and his team. So he gets the national championship. He may leave for the NFL next year. There's a couple reports there, but I see him staying there. I think this game is either gonna go. I think this decides if it's a high scoring game. I think Ohio State wins. If I think it's a low scoring game, Notre Dame is built more for the low scoring game. So, like Hunter said, Ohio State is the most talented team in the country. Notre Dame wants to they want to slow it down. They want it to be a low scoring game. But at the end, I don't think Notre Dame and their play style is a good fit against Ohio State. And I don't think you can contain all the talent they have with Jeremiah Smith, with Quinshon Judkins, with TreVeyon Henderson and Walker Howard. So I will go with Ohio State here.
Yeah, I mean, looking at statistics, looking at stats, looking at defensive stats only. I mean, just in total defense, Ohio State's first. Rushing defense, Ohio State's 6th, I believe. Passing defense, Ohio State is first, with Notre Dame actually being second. And in total defense, points allowed, Ohio State is first, and Notre Dame is second. This will be, like Grant said, I feel like it's going to go one of two ways. This will be either a shootout or a very low-scoring game. I really don't know. I think in a shootout, Ohio State's heavily favored. I mean, like Grant said, they're built for that type of game with all the offensive firepower they have, and their defense is like as good as they are. It's still underappreciated. You don't. I feel like their offense overshadows how good their defense actually is. I mean, yeah, but like they said, Marcus Freeman is a phenomenal coach. Coach of the year. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be there. They've played phenomenal, and they absolutely deserve to be in the spot that they're in. They beat Georgia, who I honestly thought was going to beat Notre Dame, but just based on scheduling and all that, SEC bias, whatever. But I think with the teams Ohio State has had to come through to get to this point, bouncing back against a good Oregon team and beating them the way they did, that showed me all I need to see. So give me the Buckeyes to be your national champions.
Wow. I think there's a lot of different storylines to watch. I think one of them is the fact that Marcus Freeman actually used to play at Ohio State. I think that's very interesting. He was a linebacker there, I think, in the 2000s. So he's going up against his former team. Another one I saw, it graced my Instagram page, was Riley Leonard and Will Howard were roommates at the Manning Passing Academy. So they're obviously really close. And then also, these are probably two of the best defenses, if not the two best in the country. We know this Ohio State team can put up numbers, as we saw in the Oregon game, but they've also played a lot of really close, kind of just what's it called when you just slugfest, a lot of slugfest this season. Most notably, that Tennessee, or not Tennessee, good Lord, yeah, definitely not Tennessee, that Michigan one, where they lost 13-10. I think both teams will come out defensively hot, but struggle on offense. But it's the fact that the Buckeyes have strength in numbers and they have a lot of talented guys. They have a lot of depth versus Notre Dame. They don't have as much depth. I think that is what's going to pull away. I think Marcus Freeman is the better coach. Ryan Day has struggled, I would say. I mean, this is his big year. If he wins this, he's there probably 2 more years. If he loses to Michigan for 2 more years, he'll get fired if he still can't beat Michigan. But they can't really depend on Jeremiah Love because of how good this defensive line is. I think that is Ohio State's biggest strength is that defensive line and how they've been effective in the pass defense, sacking Quinn Ewers and taking it back for a touchdown. And then we also seen them shut down a lot of really good running backs. Dylan Sampson, Javon Blue. They've shut them down and they've had minimal impact. I mean, I was really big on the 2 Texas running backs, and they did next to nothing against Ohio State. So I'm going to go with the Buckeyes. Now, granted, I'm going to be rooting for the Fighting Irish as long as I can. I saw something on Twitter the other day that said, I didn't realize I did not hate Notre Dame. I simply hated Brian Kelly. And I think that is one of the truest things I've seen, the past few weeks. I have my Irish flag that's on my ceiling. I will be rooting hard for the Fighting Irish. But, I'm not picking with my heart. I'm picking with my brain. And my brain is telling me Buckeyes, Buckeyes, Buckeyes. They're going to beat the Fighting Irish. But, hey, this is a great step in the right direction for Marcus Freeman. They're sure to pick up, some better recruits. They are still a blue blood football program, despite what people will say. And yes, the Rudy movie was stupid. I think it's one of the stupidest sports movies. It's really corny. So go Buckeyes for that reason.
Rudy was offsides.
He was.
I would like to bring this up with this game. Or what were you going to say?
I was going to say that Notre Dame's starting left tackle is also out tonight, and they're starting a true freshman left tackle against this Ohio State defense. So
didn't he come in against
he did. He came in last week, but a bit different.
What's the D lineman's name who had the scooping?
Jack Sawyer.
Yeah, is he on that side?
It's either him or JTT. So I mean, you really don't
it's a lose-lose situation.
It's murder's
have a win. But that's national championship picks. Once again, thank you. It's been fun. We will be back next year. We talked about doing this for basketball. That would take too much time, and I'm not really feeling that. But we might do it for March Madness, so we might get a panel on here and figure it out.
But anyway, sounds like I got a lazy boss.
Hunter doesn't know much about college basketball.
Low-key, I only know SEC basketball. So yes, Chube.
Maybe.
Just a topic of conversation, so we can extend this past 15 minutes. Should Notre Dame join a conference?
There are pros and cons to them, but I want to hear what Hunter says.
I don't think they ever will, just because of tradition. Although they are in talks with the ACC to have rivalries. I think Clemson was one of them. Who's the other one? There was another team that they just want to have a yearly rivalry back to back. And this might have been, I don't know if this was in the report or it might just be a rumor, but the ACC, I think, would count those as a conference game for the team that they were playing against. I don't think that's true. I might have just saw that somewhere. Might be capping. But I do know that Notre Dame does want to play ACC teams. I mean, they kind of already do, but they want to play like Clemson. They want to play the top of the ACC every year. I don't think they ever will. I think that they would benefit just because you could get a top 4 seed, but they won't because you also get a very nice bonus. You get a lot of bonuses from the NCAA for making bowl games, I think they get like $700,000 for making the college football playoff and a bunch of other stuff too. So, like James said, a lot of pros and cons. But yeah,
I think one of the big things a lot of people are focusing on is the money side of things. I'm like, oh my gosh, Notre Dame gets to keep this much money. Yes, that's really cool, but like, what if they don't even make a bowl game? Then they don't make any money. Whereas a team like Ohio State and the Big Ten, or even a team like Mississippi State, they didn't make a bowl game this year, but they're still going to get a nice chunk of money from the SEC's pot. So Notre Dame is kind of an all or nothing when it comes to money, whereas a team like Tennessee, Mississippi State, Michigan, Ohio State, they're still, getting a slice of the Big Ten, SEC, ACC pie. Whereas Notre Dame, it's kind of all up to them. So there are benefits to it, and there are some negative side effects.
Yeah. Going back to what James said, I think I saw they have a deal with NBC, right?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and I think I saw where, like with the SEC and ESPN or Big Ten and CBS now, teams have to split that pot, obviously, the whole thing. But I think what I read was Notre Dame is making, since they don't got share of anyone, double or close to double of what like SEC's, like Tennessee's making. So, and even if like, I mean, after this year, why would they join a conference? Just because they made the championship. And so right now, I think that's in their back of their mind, honestly, because they're getting close to double of what almost any other team's getting through NBC, and they're also making the college football championships. So maybe in other sports there's an argument, but I mean when the main sport that I think most teams, and I think Tennessee, like football's the only one where they actually make money off of.
Do they not
I
make
think.
money off of men's basketball?
It's close. I think they're close to breaking even, but football is the only one that makes a ton of money. And especially a school like Notre Dame, where you're football heavy, there's no reason to join a conference if your other sports are going to
I
struggle.
want to say Mississippi
Well,
State's baseball program.
Notre Dame is in the ACC for
Yeah, maybe.
basketball and
feels best.
baseball. Notre Dame isn't independent in basketball and baseball. They're only independent in football. So
I know,
Yeah,
but
but-
those are struggling, so there's still no. I mean, you're still making plenty of money off football, and that's your main thing. So there's.
I
No,
was talking
yeah.
about TV deals, and they're making all that. Now I've never watched an NBC Notre Dame game, to my knowledge, but
Hey, Peacock. There you go.
Hmm.
But yeah. Now we're past 15 minutes, so there you go.
17:30.
Shout out
17:30. Shout out Tube for that little notion there. Anyway, that's it. Jesus loves you. Check out Ball Numbers. Check out Spot Sports Podcast. Only 2 shows really running right now, and then we'll figure out. We'll figure out something else. We'll give Tube a show. How about that, Tube?
That's dangerous.
shoot, they gave me a show. It's not that dangerous.
No, Tube's show would be dangerous because
Sure.
Let's cut it off here.
He's got a cast of characters that would love.
I could have a lot of guys on that thing.
He can have a lot of.
Imagine Tube and Big Meech.
That would be a combo. Check out Splat at Night. If you've never watched it, it's a fun time sometimes. Other times we get a cast of characters that I never want to meet again. Big
Great
Meech,
show.
I would love to meet again. But anyway, Jesus loves you. Peace out. We'll see you next season. It's been fun. Champion. We'll reveal the champion sometime this week when I calculate all the bull crap. Peace out. Bye.
He cheated. He cheated.
No.